Hello everybody, my name is Romels from DrunkBlizzard, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get on the path and begin your experience for coding custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I've just discovered actually a while ago, but I've just recently delved into it and I've realized it's actually really cool and it's actually not that difficult. I used some tutorials I found online, but I realized no tutorial was fully complete. So today I'm going to guide you through the first step of becoming a scripter for Yu-Gi-Oh Pro and making your own cards. So this video is just going to be a general setup on what you're going to need to start beginning to script inside Yu-Gi-Oh. And obviously first I have all the links up here. Firstly, let me just move that. Okay, so firstly you're going to need Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. So if you go to, I'll have the links in the descriptions. If you go to yugiopro.co/download members, you have to make an account here to reach the download page. It's free and really easy. And once you make the account, you can download it. You can download any of these. The dev host will work, and then you will get Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. You might get it in a WinRAR file. In that case, make a folder called Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. And it will be just this. You'll right click and you'll click extract here, and from that Yu-Gi-Oh Pro will be added to a folder, and from that you will access all the things inside Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. Now I highly recommend that you do play around with Yu-Gi-Oh Pro a little bit and see how it works and have a semi-understanding of what is going on in Yu-Gi-Oh, because that will extremely help. And if you're not up to date, I would get up to date with Ixies, Synchros, and everything else like that. Pendulum's optional. Not really like them personally, but if you want to make a pendulum monster, it's good to see how they work and such. And we'll be going through making all different types of cards in later future episodes. So once you have that, that's step one. Secondly, you will need SQLite Expert. Now this is a database accessor. So Yu-Gi-Oh Pro works on a database for their cards, and all their cards are stored in one database file. I'm going to show you how to access this later. But if we go, actually we're going to show you how to access in this episode, so we'll get to that in a second. But once you download it, you might get an installer, I'm pretty sure. Download link will be in the description, and you will install it and the program will come. And it's good that you have this as a shortcut on your desktop, all in one folder, kind of like I did over here, one or two folders. Actually I'm going to recommend 3 folders, one for your programs, one for Yu-Gi-Oh Pro, and then anything else for your special and custom cards that will be making later to store for easier use. Okay, so the last thing you're going to need that's an actual program is Notepad++, or some people like to use Lua Edit. I'm going to throw the link in the description for both, but I'll be using Notepad++. Notepad++ is just a better program overall, but for the specific specific thing of scripting in Yu-Gi-Oh, you're not going to really need all these different languages, but Notepad++ supports a variety of different languages. Maybe it'll be used in future projects, and it's just a really good program, so I recommend Notepad++. But if you don't think you're ever going to work with anything else except Lua, you can get the Lua scripting program, which I'll also put in the description. All the scripts will be the same for both programs, so no matter what one you choose, you should be able to follow along just fine in future episodes. The last thing you'll need is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card maker. Now this is just a website, and I know you've seen lots of like fake cards made with it online, but it's actually a very useful program because we're going to need textures, and the Yu-Gi-Oh card maker helps extremely a lot with textures, and it's a good thing to use to make realistic looking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But obviously we're going to put a real life working effect to these pictures, and they won't only be pictures, and they'll kind of come to life in the game, but you're going to need some picture to represent your card in the game, as you know in Yu-Gi-Oh Pro that there's pictures for each card, so you see what card you're using. So this will help us later on, but no download here. I'll also put the link in the description because we're going to be using it a lot, and we'll also cover that in another episode. It's pretty self-explanatory. You put your name, your card type. No matter what you put here, it's not going to really matter because the Yu-Gi-Oh Pro cannot actually read what's on your card. It's mostly for visual appeal and for the player, but still you want to make it look nice as possible to give a professional look to your cards. Alright, so after, I'm going to actually just show you how to set up SQLite Expert, and maybe look at Notepad++ a little, and then that will be it for the first episode. And next episode we'll actually start scripting. But first, we're going to go into our programs, and we're going to open SQLite Expert Personal 3. One more thing I forgot to mention, sorry everybody, but when you download SQLite, as you see, there's a 30-day trial in the professional version. You will not be needing the professional version. So I just recommend to get the SQLite Expert Personal. It's a freeware, and it's pretty safe and everything. I've tried it out, and it's good, and it's going to help us a lot. So you should get the SQLite Expert Personal for this project that you're going to be doing. So once you have it, take SQ Expert Personal, and you should double click it to open it. And it's going to load up like all other programs, and when you're going to open it, you're going to be encountered with a database. Now I have a demo database on that has come with the program that shows different random animals and countries. This is completely irrelevant to Yugioh Pro, but I'm just showing you what it kind of looks like. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to File, you're going to want to open a database. And now it's important that you know where your Yugioh Pro folder is saved, so hopefully on the desktop. You're going to want to go here, and you're going to look for your cards.cdb. It's a file, but as you see, at least on my computer, all you see is folders, and you don't see the CDB file. That's because it's only looking for DB, DB3 files, and SQLite files. What you're going to want to do is you're going to search for any file, and all of a sudden, you're going to have a whole range of new things. You're going to find the cards.cdb, click on that, and you're going to open it, and it's going to open right here. Don't worry about this. This is actually irrelevant. I'm going to close that database, but it's going to open something called cards. And you're going to have two sub databases in it. You're going to have data, which is going to be very important later on, and you're going to have text, another very important thing later on. So we're going to usually have some custom cards here for an archetype I'm making right now. We're going to go over all that later in the future, but that's just kind of now you have the data and the texts. When you click on data, you don't want to be on SQL or database. You're going to want to be on data, the data tab for both of these. When we use them, we'll never really venture to any other little tabs up there, so that's all it's going to be for SQLite. I'm going to X this out for now because we won't be needing it. Automatically save, so you're not going to have to be doing any saving, which is incredibly useful. The last thing now is Notepad++ or Lua Editor. So Lua Editor will just open up, and you'll be able to type in Lua code. Notepad++ is a little different. As you see in the corner here, this is a normal text file, so it's treating it as a regular file you'd make in regular Notepad. To change this, however, we're going to go to Language. We will scroll down to L, and you'll see Lua. Now this is a Lua source file, and you can code in Lua. So you'll notice if this was just in the normal text, I can type function, and this will be black. This means that it's not registering it as a proper syntax for Lua. If we see that we go to Lua, however, and write function, it'll now turn blue and open up a functions tab right here, which means that we're actually writing inside Lua, and now we're ready to code. So you will have to save files here. So if I would want to, I would save the new file. Yes, I would give it a name, and I would save it inside. You go to Yugioh Pro. You would go to Yugioh Pro, the actual folder. You would go to scripts, and you would save it here depending on the name. But again, don't worry about that if it's going a little over your head. We're going to go over it step by step later on. All I want you right now is to be familiar with the programs, know how to change it into Lua if you're using Notepad++, and I want you to kind of understand the organizational effect of SQLite Expert Personal 3 and how it looks, and just to know Yugioh Pro in general. So thank you guys, subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorials, trying to cover out most of the things, making synchros, ixies, effects, monsters, field spells, different types of spells, putting the cards in your game, putting the pictures. I'm going to go over all that, and later actually make custom cards and stuff, and take requests from anyone who wants to see custom cards, and we'll try scripting them together and seeing how it works out. And I hope I'll see you all next time, so bye.